Hello, friends, and welcome back to Stories About Entitled People. Dude, in our first story is a goat. Good on you and the old vet. You'll die laughing when you hear his last comment. But before we begin, best way to support our channel is to leave comments, like, and subscribe with the turned-on bell so you don't miss the new video every single day. Here we go. I witnessed an actual veteran get harassed and accused of stolen valor by some dudes. Okay, so I work at a grocery store. Part of my job is I help people who need assistance shopping. I really enjoy this, so I request to do it, and we have several regulars who like me. One of them is this guy. He's a military veteran, like in his 40s or something. He's mostly blind and doesn't hear well either. He gets around with a guide dog and takes the bus to get here, and I help him with his grocery shopping. Dude's been coming here for years. Every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Won't let anyone else shop for him, says they don't pack the bag right. He chewed me out once because I missed the week before and he was annoyed. I was like, hey man, I'm sorry sir, I was out sick. And he's all, don't call me sir. So I just call him my dude, cool guy. I genuinely like him. He asks me what I'm doing with my life still at the grocery store, and I tell him, who's gonna pack your bag, man? And he always cracks a smile at that. So anyway, we're going through, and he mostly gets the same stuff every time. Like, honestly, I have his list memorized. So I'm getting his stuff, and two guys walk past us, and they thank him for his service. His dog's vest has got like a veteran thing on it. He asked me what they said, and I'm like, oh, they said thanks for your service. So I guess this is an opportunity for them, and they come over, and they're all asking if he needs help, and I'm like, no, I'm an employee, I'm helping him, but thanks. And then they start asking where he served, and he said something like, it's no problem. Probably thought they were just thanking him again, I don't know. Sometimes he doesn't hear me and responds to what he thinks I said, and this guy's like asking him, what's your MOS? And he's all, what's that now? You know, as in, I didn't hear you. Can you repeat that? He says that to me a lot too. The other guy starts laughing, and his friend is like, nah, man, let's go. But the first guy starts loudly yelling at my guy that he's not a vet, and he should be ashamed he's parading around like one. It's stolen valor, and he knows guys who died. I'm like, bro, you gotta stop. You gotta go now. But my guy just stands there through all this, stoic AF, and finally he's like, you done, kid? And he starts naming off a ton of crap I don't even know anything about, like numbers and places, his employment history, I guess, I don't know. But like, damn, whatever he's saying, this other dude's just quietly listening, and his face is like, oh crap. Then my man straight up tells me to direct the other guy to the aisle with the hemorrhoid cream because he's butthurt. The two dudes straight up left. Use my employee discount for him for the hassle, like, crap, man. I was like, yo, sorry. You want we can pull footage and I can get them banned from the store? He's all, nah, I handled it. So I'll see you next Wednesday, my dude. And our second story. Friday afternoon at the country club. I work as a computer technician, usually in people's businesses. Not the most glamorous job, but it pays the bills. These events took place at an exclusive country club in my city. I responded to a call about a computer in the bar that wasn't working. It was a point-of-sale system, henceforth referred to as POS. I quickly diagnosed that it needed a new touchscreen, but it was a special touchscreen, so I had to order one with rush shipping. 2 days later, the new screen arrived and I went out to install it. I moved the POS to another room to take it apart, and while I was replacing the screen, I noticed that the power cable on the new screen wasn't the same as it was on the old screen. That's unusual, but not unheard of. I would need to get inside the cabinet under the POS, remove the old power cable, and run the new power cable to the new screen. I went back to the bar to run the new cable, where the bartender was unsuccessfully attempting to uncork a bottle of wine. I offered to help before she destroyed the cork. I quickly had it open, then crawled under the counter to begin removing the old power cable. A few minutes later, I heard the bartender leave the bar area with the distinct clinking of a crate of empty glassware. It took a minute or two to locate both ends of the old cable and dislodge it from the mess of cables that had populated the cabinet for the last several years, but I got it done. Still torso deep in the cabinet, I just started running the new cable when I heard someone walk behind the bar. "Boy," someone shouted from somewhere outside of the cabinet. I wasn't sure who was shouting or what they were shouting about, so I stopped moving to better listen. "Hey boy!" a voice boomed from above, followed by someone kicking me forcefully in the side of my leg. I quickly slid out of the counter to see a large, gray-headed man towering above me. "What?" I asked, expecting some sort of emergency. "Don't what me," he exclaimed loudly, then barked, "Scotch, neat, and a martini, dirty, gin, up." I was still on the floor, on my back, covered in dust, and I imagined I had the most confused look on my face. I replied, the bartender should be back in a few minutes." "Did you just kick me?" He stomped his foot and replied gruffly, "We've been waiting for 15 minutes. Make the damn drinks." That was a lie. The bartender had been gone under 5 minutes at this point. I stood up, brushed off some dust, and asked again, "Did you kick me?" Even though I was clearly taller than him, he puffed out his already oversized chest in an unsuccessful attempt to appear threatening and bellowed, "I saw you pouring wine earlier." That was also a lie. "Just get the damn drinks." I pointed to the emblem on my shirt and said, "I work for Computer Service Company. The bartender will be—" I hardly had more than a few seconds to speak before he interjected loudly, "Scotch, neat, dirty martini, up." Just then, the staff door swung open violently and in rushed the kitchen manager. "Sir, you can't be back here. Stop harassing the computer guy." The large man abruptly turned to face the kitchen manager for a few seconds, then looked back at me, face flushed with the most bewildered look, as if someone had just revealed one of the secrets of the universe to him. He mumbled something quietly about bad service and shuffled back to his table. His friends at the table appeared to be supremely embarrassed. After briefly discussing the encounter, the kitchen manager decided to cut him off from the bar for the day. At some point during my discussion with the kitchen manager, the bartender returned and was filled in on the situation. She was embarrassed that one of her regulars did something so stupid and apologized profusely. We laughed about it, and I quickly finished up my work and got out of there. And our next story. Really? Pink? A week ago, while brushing my teeth, I noticed that I needed a new head for my Oral-B. Easy. I'll just stop by the store and pick one up, right? No, of course not. I kept forgetting even when I went shopping for food, it slipped my mind. So my wife was running to the store one evening and asked me, "You need anything?" Finally, the light bulb went off. Here was my chance to get the replacement. "Yeah, some of those toothbrush heads for my thing would be great," came my reply. About an hour later, she returns carrying a bag of items. I start to dig through the bags, helping to put things away, cold stuff into the fridge, dry goods pantry, easy. Bag by bag, it dwindles down to one last bag, toiletries. No toothbrush heads, only a blue generic toothbrush with some sort of basic power option and a standard pink no-frills toothbrush. "Oh, no toothbrush heads?" I asked. "They're too expensive." Can't fault her for being frugal. "Just use this one," she says as she hands me the no-frills pink toothbrush. Now, I'm not one to complain about color, it's just a color, but a basic no-frills pink while she gets the blue-powered brush? What the hell? You got the blue-powered toothbrush and I got a pink no-frills? She just laughed it off and continued on putting the other toiletries away. Time for some of that revenge, I keep reading on Reddit. The next day I was folding laundry while she was working with our kids. This was my chance. I folded all her clothes perfectly and even put them away for her. Rare feat in our house. Now you're wondering, wait, where's the revenge? Later, she thanked me for taking care of the clothes as she was pulling out clothes for the next day, only to discover everything of hers was folded perfectly inside out. Revenge shall be mine. It's such a perfect petty revenge. I almost wish someone would pettily annoy me just so I could exact it. And our last story. Entitled woman gets angry when told she doesn't get a veteran's discount for being married to one. I've worked with the same seasonal company for the past 4 years. However, this was my first year in a management position. I worked at a Halloween store, so between the months of August and November, I was a pumpkin B-word. It was towards the end of the season, and mostly everything was already gone, all the popular stuff at least. A lot of the popular sizes were gone as well, only leaving extra small or extra large. In comes entitled woman, EW. She comes in with her 2 children to the checkout stand, thrusting a Descendants costume at me. EW, do you have this in a medium? My daughter must have her. Me. I'm sorry, all we have of Descendants is out on the floor already. EW, how can that be? It's such a popular costume. Me, yeah, it's been really popular, so everybody's been coming in to buy them. That's why we don't have any. EW, well, can't you just order some? Me, unfortunately, we can't order anything. It's all auto-shipped to us based on the area we're in and how sales did last year. EW walks away in a huff. That's bullcrap. I continued doing what I was doing, and a few minutes later, she walks back up with her children, both of them carrying a costume. I ring her up and tell her total, and that's when she goes crazy. Me, all right, that'll be $60. I don't really remember how much it was, but this was a general estimate. EW, what? How can it be that expensive for 2 costumes they won't even wear again? Me. EW, well, do you have a military discount? Me, yes, did you serve? May I see your military ID? EW, no, not me, my husband. Me, well, is he with you? EW, no, he's at home. Me, oh, I'm sorry, I can't give it to you unless he's with you. EW, well, I have a picture of his military ID on my phone, can't I just show you that? Me, no, I'm sorry, it could literally be anybody's ID you're showing me, he has to be here with you. EW, what? He's serving to protect you. Why can't you just give me the discount? Me, do you have your spousal ID? EW, no, I don't have one of those. Me, then I'm sorry, I really can't give you the discount unless he's with you. EW continues to yell at me, calling me a B word and saying I'm ungrateful, that her husband's the reason I'm alive and she should be compensated for it. She then proceeds to throw her kid's costume at me and then storm out of the store. Gotta love Halloween season. Hey guys, thank you all for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one.